shall all wear masks until law is sacrificed upon the altar of history.
Coming up, the G.I. Joe Destro Exquisite Mini 1/18 scale 4-inch figure from Hiya Toys. Stick around. What's up, and welcome to Crossfire Collectibles. Today's video, we're going to be opening and reviewing the G.I. Joe Destro Exquisite Mini 1/18 scale 4-inch figure from Hiya Toys. So, the latest release in the Exquisite Mini series, and this one is Destro. I was looking forward to him. He was one of my guesses. It was either him or possibly Lady J, and, well, we got Destro, and I gotta say, I'm pretty excited for this. So, get up for a little bit of a close-up. Looking over the figure, I think Hayden and I both agreed that this is probably the best Destro figure to be made to date. He looks fabulous, absolutely fantastic. You got some awesome card art here. You have a new pose, Destro standing there with the briefcase, kind of holding his collars. Bunch of accessories in here. You got his red and black blaster, gold gun, extra pair of hands, his stand, and there's also a briefcase with a big old Cobra logo on it. So, very cool. I'm hoping it opens and there's some mystery accessories in there for us. Flip around to the back. Here you have a couple of promotional shots. QR code if you'd like to scan it. There's the UPC, all the goodies. And we're going to stop wasting time talking about the packaging. And we're going to go ahead and get into this. But first, please subscribe to the channel. So I wasn't even given any shipping notification from Cool Toys Club. That's who I pre-ordered most of my Hiya G.I. Joe figures from. And I gotta say, after that that little drought of not getting any figures for a minute, they're coming out, you know, pretty steady. So thank you to them, and thank you to Hiya Toys for actually you know, finally releasing these. There was a bit of a delay, but they're all coming out, you know, I guess on time now. So that's perfect. Go ahead and stand the figure to the side, and we'll go over our bottom tier here. You got our stand and our briefcase. We'll go ahead and peel this film back and pop out of the stand. I go over these every time, and again, it's the same reused stand here. Single peg. You have that gravel, dirt type surface. Some shell casings, a little bit of shrapnel, metal laying around. Still cool. They need to switch it up though. I need some different terrains. And then we're gonna move on to a little briefcase here. I'll shut that back up. Explain the little pegs. If you haven't heard about them before, they simply just peg right into one of these slots. You can put two on it, and they interlock another stand with your current figure, so you can have them all, you know, set up in one big display, which is really cool. So here's the briefcase. Got that nice gloss black on it. You have the Cobra logo that's embossed right in the center. Same on both sides. Shaking it, I don't hear nothing, but I do see it opens. And wow, this is neat. So you have another Cobra logo on the inside, and then here you have two spots for his pistols. So you got one for the blaster here and one for the gold. I'm not sure exactly what that is, probably something made up, but that can fit right there. You have this kind of inner holding, so you know it's made out of foam. That's really cool. I like that a lot. That's great. Set that down, and then we'll go ahead and take out the bubble. Stand that figure card off to the side. I love how they just stand like this. Absolutely great. So here you have the figure in the plastic dungeon. You see that extra pair of hands here, both pistols and the figure. So let's go ahead and go over the hands first. Set him down. All right, so first up, we'll start with the left hand. As you can see, it's got that nice metallic silver paint on it. Nice and shiny. He's got a trigger finger. The fingers almost look connected to the thumb, but they're not. They do open, so that's good. You can fit those guns inside there. There's your ball socket on the back. Got a top plate on it. Nice detail. Move over to the right hand. Same thing, just reversed. Trigger finger. Excellent paint job. Fingers are a bit flexible, so you'll be able to fit the pistol on this side as well. Very cool. So we'll move on to the first one. And you have this blaster. Pretty much a scaled down model of the classified version. Lots of detail, all black. You got some red accents in there. You have a little dial on the side. A bit of weathering on the inside of it, you know, almost a gunmetal color. Same on both sides, coming down, maybe the actual, almost the frame of the gun itself. So really cool, more black at the bottom. Nice scope on the top. Looks great. Now we'll move on to the golden gun. And here it is. I'm glad they made this gold. So it just really pops. It looks great. That nice, it's kind of metallic. You know, it has that nice sheen to it. Really cool, lots of detail. Also scaled down version of a classified one. That looks great too. So we'll get that stuff off to the back and we'll go ahead and get out a figure. So he was one I was really looking forward to. And man, they did an amazing job on him. He's even got the necklace. It's actually gold and not silver. He's got more of the blue hue on the, I guess the outer or upper part of the jacket here. Running down, you know, he's got the flaps over the thighs. Very, very cool. Got those black ridgy shoulder pads. Also up on the collar. And inside you have the red. Neat. Blue all the way around. Silver belt. Red accents in it. He's got a holster on the right. Nice drop leg. Wraps around his thigh. Big old red pouch right in the front. You look at his gauntlets here. They're all silver. He's got a missile over on the right side. And then over on the left, it's got some weathering around it. You can see that kind of black wash around the top and bottom. Super, super detailed. Man, this like really looks good. Got some silver elbow pads. Got those gunmetal knee pads. Black boots. So let's go ahead and check out the articulation. Well, first, let's get a close-up of the head. And damn, the detail on that thing is just like phenomenal. You can even see the grooves, you know, running along the top of his head here. Green eyes. And down to the bolts in his neck. The neck, you can see, was definitely overpainted. I don't know if you can tell too much from the camera, but I can see a little bit of the flesh coming through. That's okay though, it does match in right. The head, I'm going to say that was probably cast in a darker color as opposed to the neck, but it looks great. So for the articulation, that head is on a ball joint and can rotate a full 360. He can look up, down, and it can go side to side. Very nice. I can't tell too much on the neck. I think it's actually attached to the chest here. And I'm not going to pull the necklace out, but it doesn't look like it's attached all the way. It's just stuffed down in there around those bolts on his neck. Moving over to the shoulders, there's butterfly joints. The arms can come out that far. They can also rotate a full 360. Bicep rotation. Double jointed elbows. Let me see, come down. You got the ball joint at the wrist, so the hands can rotate a full 360. They can go out, in, up, down. Nice. Torso, a little bit of ab crunch forward and backward. Waist swivel. Down at the legs, he does have drop legs right up there at the hips. Very nice. With the drop leg holster on, the leg can come out that far. Can go back that far. And the ball joint is going to allow it to go out about that far before it's ready to pop off. You have thigh rotation. Single jointed knee, I think. No, it's double jointed. No. Okay. We're going to switch to this one. Double jointed knees. Down at the ankle. It's got that hinge. Allow the foot to go that far forward, that far up, and it can rock side to side. Looking at the bottom of the feet, Hiya China, 2024 Hasbro, and his little heel holes. So articulation is pretty fantastic on this figure. A little stiff over here on the right leg, right at the knee. There we go, I popped it. So now we got the double joint there. And man, let's gear him up. So he does have these grip hands on the right and left hand. I'm going to leave one on and give him a trigger finger with the other. So which one am I going to do? He's got a holster here, so let's go ahead and pop the right hand off. And then we'll bring in that trigger fingered right hand and kind of mash this up onto the ball joint. All right, so got that on. Set him down a second. We're gonna bring in the case because I want to test out the gun inside of there, see how that looks. Awesome. Now, if we want to put both in, we can. So they fit perfectly, and that looks beautiful. We're gonna go ahead and pop that second one back out. Uh-oh. A little stiff. So we pop that piece out and just pop it on out. Gotta be careful with that little piece right there. Pretty thin. I was worried I just snapped it for a second, but it didn't, so we're all good. Close that back up. We're gonna bring the figure over and check out that pistol in the holster, and it doesn't want to go in. So maybe it's for this one. So we'll see if we can fit that in there a little better. Yeah, there we go. So that slides in a little better. It's kind of bulky though. I'm not really feeling it. We're just gonna go ahead and pop this back out, because I think the gold gun's gonna look better. So if you look at the actual card art, he does have this pistol in the holster right here, so that works. But for the time being, I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the case. Maybe he's trying to go through customs or something, and he reached into his suitcase and pulled out his gold gun. So load that up onto his hand. That looks great. We'll kind of hold it up onto his face a little bit like that, kind of where he's like covering it. If we brought the left hand up, I don't think he can quite grab his collars, but very close to it. You know, maybe right there at the bottom. But I'm going to go ahead and angle this back down and kind of open that grip some, slide in the briefcase, and voila. Man, that looks good. I'm going to go ahead and bring a stand in and tab that peg into the hole on the bottom of his left foot and see how he stands with that. Kind of has a threatening pose, you know. I want him kind of holding the gun in front of his face to where, you know, he's like, he ain't playing. He ain't taking no shit. Get a nice close-up with him in the hands. Now we'll zoom back out a bit, and we'll go ahead and give you some comparisons. So here he is side by side with Hasbro's 50th anniversary Destro, and with the G.I. Joe Classified Series Retro Collection Destro, and finally with the prior release from Hiya Toys, here's Destro with Flint. I'll leave a link pinned in the comments if you want to check out the Flint video. So there are some comparisons for you, and just to bring him back in real quick. So the Retro Classified Destro, you can see a lot of the same markings. They pretty much did the same mold, which is awesome. Just scaled it down. Colors are different, but the suit is pretty much all the same. Inside of this big collar, you know, of course this is all red to match the more retro style, but I don't have the other Destro available. He's put away in a box somewhere. I'll show you a picture right here, but you know, the collars are more closer resembling to the current Hiya figure than it was with the Retro Classified figure. But you see, same gun. This crazy blaster's in there as well. He has the briefcase, and it just looks amazing. Even the ridges on the shoulders, you know, around here on the chest, running up onto the shoulders and the collar. Just a lot of detail. Really looks good, and I think they did a great job. But let's go ahead and toss him up onto the turntable, and we will give you some final thoughts.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Hi, this is Michael Bell. You're watching Crossfire Collectibles, and knowing is half the battle. Yo, Joe.
Now, back to G.I. Joe.
All right, so here you have it. The G.I. Joe Destro Exquisite Mini 1/18 scale 4-inch figure from Hiya Toys. I gotta say, this figure is beautiful. In person, you know, being able to mess around with him and check out those articulations and everything he's got to go with him, he simply is phenomenal. He looks great. They really knocked this one out of the park. A major upgrade from the last one. I thought Flint was great. I just thought the head sculpt was bad, but this one knocked out of the park. That is what I'm talking about. That is great. That's probably the best Destro head on a 4-inch figure that I've seen to date. It's got to be, hands down. You know, I have nothing else bad to say about it. It's perfect. Definitely a scaled down version from the Classified series, and I'm very cool with that. I think that figure is great. The accessories it comes with, you know, they matched it, you know, 1 for 1. It's pretty amazing. Extra set of hands. I'm probably actually going to take them hands and toss them somehow into the briefcase to, you know, fit everything so I don't have to store it all away in a baggie somewhere. But overall, this figure is phenomenal. I can't wait to get Baroness so I can display them next to each other. He's going to go up on the shelf with the rest of the Hiya figures, and they're going to look great together. I can't wait for it. We'll be back this week. We got quite a few things coming in. We took a little bit of a break while I was on vacation from work and had to get some stuff done, including going to TFCon. So you guys will see some new stuff in some of these videos coming out. So be sure to give me some love on them, because we tried pretty hard with getting a couple people to say, you know, check out our channel. So pretty excited about that. So stay tuned for it. But anyways, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please, like always, leave that giant thumbs up, subscribe, tickle that bell so you know if I post future videos. Be sure to follow us on social media, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.